What is up, boys and girls? This is PC Chopper here from Smash PR News, and this is the third episode of Smash PR News TLDR. I'm going to discuss tournament results, power ranking updates, and talk a little bit more about Curtain Call 2019. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So on December the 14th, 2019, we had Smash Aguada. It was a tournament hosted by Xeon. There were a total of 27 participants for this event, which really marks a bit of the fatigue that the scene is actually having in regards to tournaments back to back to back to back. It's been non-stop from November to December. So the number keeps decreasing. Nevertheless, there were a lot of powerhouse players in this event and a couple of good results as well. E-King taking the tournament for first place, Tama placing second. We see Nintendo placing the third, and Xeon taking the fourth place. Now, what is noticeable is that Tama and Nintendo actually made it to the second and third place because they both qualified for winners finals, as you can see in the bracket here from Smash.gg. And that's mainly because E-King actually lost early to Lunk in the top 16, and before that, Xeon actually lost to Strike before cracking the top 16. So they both made losers runs before clashing with each other for the loser getting the fourth place, which Xeon actually did, and E-King just pretty much went through the whole losers bracket to win the whole thing, resetting the bracket as well. Shoutouts definitely go to Strike and Lunk for those quality wins to get some additional points for the power rankings. Players of the tournament are definitely going to be Tama and Nintendo, though. They made it on winner's side. And these are players that we don't see often in the metropolitan area. I personally would like to see them more so they can travel a lot more, because these are guys that actually stay usually in the west side. So we can have an idea of how much the west side actually has improved in Ultimate and how deep it is in regards to the talent that they have. Pretty pedestrian stuff as well. E-King taking another tournament, not really that surprising. And we see Tweet actually falling off a little bit from the fourth place, from the couple of placings that he has had in recent weeks, dropping from 7th, usually getting top 4 in about 3 weeks straight or so. And Silentium actually getting 7th place as well, playing a lot more consistent with his Mii Sword Fighter. But there were a couple of players as well that could have made it farther if it weren't for Strike beating Xeon so early in bracket, because Xeon actually got super early. He eliminated Peachit early, as I mentioned before, Silentium long before actually losing to E-King. And Kata actually having a good showing for this tournament as well, making it to 5th place, just like Lunk getting 5th place as well. So, a quality tournament, even though there had been a couple of players that were missing from the tournament. 27 is one of the smallest numbers that we had all year, but it was pretty stacked overall, and it made a couple of changes to the power rankings, which I really want to discuss right now. So, not much has changed in the top 10. A couple of changes would be Tama actually getting onto the top 5 spot of the power rankings, and Tweet actually cracking the top 10 because of his placings. Now we see that Tweet actually, as I mentioned before, got 7th from his usual top 4 placings in the past couple of weeks, but still enough points for him to make it into the top 10. Actually tied with Josepan for the 9th and 10th spot. And not that much of a difference between 10 and 12. 9 and 12 are actually pretty close together. So that's actually going to be very important for bracket seeding for Curtain Call 2019. What I really wanted to discuss was from the top 20 to the top 25 spots, 20s and 25. Because the point differential in between these players is actually almost non-existent. And you can see from players 24 to at least 20, not that much of a difference, 25 either. They're at about the 5,800 range, about 100-point differential. So anything can pretty much swing into their favor, which is why I think Merry Techmas, which is the tournament that's going to be this week, Saturday, hosted by Zentric Gaming, is going to be very important to qualify for Curtain Call 2019 if you want a top 20 spot so you can make it into the tournament, right? Especially since players like Jigaboo, Basic, and Lee, these are players that we haven't seen recently, and they have been notably absent. But since they have played so well in tournaments before, they still managed to get a top 20 spot. I'm predicting that after Merry Techmas is over, I believe at least Basic and Lead Percent should not be in the top 20 anymore. I think guys like Broco, Aguga, Silentium, and 1UP specifically should be fighting hard to actually make it into the top 20 spot. And a wild card that I do see here is definitely Negi. Another player that we haven't seen that often, but whenever he participates, he usually places in the top 16, top 8 even. Rocking the Wii Fit trainer and Mr. Game & Watch. So that's actually going to be very interesting for this tournament. If you are looking to make a splash and a shock into the top 20 rankings, Merry Techmas is definitely the tournament for you. Not only because it's the last tournament of the year, but also because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of killers in that tournament. At least most of the top 15, if not top 20, are going to be there, right? So it's actually very important for you to have a really good performance. Now, if you were to tell me who we're actually going to qualify, I'm going to say that if I were to pick people, it would definitely be Broco and Silentium. Broco is actually a surprising pick. He has been stepping up his game as of late. Hopefully he gets into a top 16 or top 8 spot for this tournament. And Silentium has been very consistent. The only problem that I see is actually him facing a top 15 player early. If he faces a top 15 player early, I think he might drop down a couple of placings. But if he gets a solid bracket, I'm pretty sure that he can scale up a little bit just to make it into the top 20. And I mentioned before again, Akuga, 1UP, and Negi are definitely people to look out for, especially for the tournament that we have this Saturday, which is, as I mentioned before, Zentric Gaming's Merry Techmas, the last ranked tournament of the year. And then afterwards, I'm going to start handing out the invites for Curtain Call 2019 for the top 20 players. As I mentioned before, Curtain Call 2019 on December 29th in La Pizzarepa in Bayamón. Top 20 invitational event made for the players so they can win a couple of more currency into their pocket. And it's a very important event to me, not only because I'm the one that created it, but also because, as I mentioned before, I want the power rankings to mean something, right? And I want people to actually step up their game just so they can try to make it to the event, so they can compete and maybe known as one of the best players in Puerto Rico. So, once again, if you are interested in watching people duke it out for the chance to be the best player on the island, or if you just want to play as well, there will be friendly setups available. There will be commentary available if you want to catch out the stream as well. The stream is going to be done by Chrono Break Gaming. We're going to try to actually have a second stream available, and if not, we're at least going to record the other sets so that we don't lose the sets that are going to be played. You can stop by, and if you are interested in playing and stuff, you can actually go. You can eat some pizza as well. The food there is really, really good. And yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. My apologies if I sound if my nose sounds a little bit runny. I've been a little sick in the past couple of days, but I figured I needed to get this video out there before Merry Techmas actually goes up. If you like the content that I'm creating so far, don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more videos in the future detailing power rankings, detailing tournament results, hopefully getting into some more interviews as well, and other quality content just for the Smash PR scene. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I wasn't rambling too much as well. Again, if you like what you heard, hit a like and subscribe. This has been PC Chopper from Smash PR News, episode 3 of TLDR, and I'll see you guys at Merry Techmas.